everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Leanna, and today we're talking about customer service. Customer service can have a negative impact or a positive impact on your business. And in my books, I want to provide the best customer service that I possibly can. I think it's really, really important. You want your buyers to feel heard and not thankful, that's not the right word. You want them to be happy with what they purchase. So in order to do that, there's a few things that you have to do to provide that experience for them. So we're going to focus on before the sale and customer service things you can do, and after the sale with customer service things you can do in order to have positive impacts upon your business. So before the sale, and you may be sitting there thinking, but Leanna, there's no customer before a sale. How do I provide customer service if there's no customer? So in my books, what I want to do is I want to have detailed descriptions in my listings. That to me provides a really good customer service because you're answering questions before they're asked. The customer doesn't have to chase you down in order to get an answer to a question or a query. And I think it's really important to sort of have that question answered before they even have to ask it. I think that provides a really good customer service idea, and I think it's really good for your business. Now, yes, you are going to have customers that will ask the question anyway, even though the measurements in the listing or the flaws are in the listing or whatever it is, because people don't read. That's 100% sure. So I still answer the question in those aspects, in those situations. I still answer the question. If someone says, hey, what's the pit-to-pit measurement on this top? Even though it's in the listing, I would say something like, the chest measurement is this. If you want any other measurements, they are listed in the description, and there's photographs of the measurements as well. That's how I would word that. I don't want to make them feel stupid because customers will remember how you make them feel. I want them to feel heard and important. So I would not be saying the answers in the listing. That doesn't help them at all. That actually makes them do the work. And for the most part, you don't want them doing the work. You want it easy for them. You want them to go, wow, that was a really smooth transaction, and love what they got. So you have to be very honest in your descriptions as well, with your measurements, with your description of the condition. I tend to undersell my condition. I will say it's a little bit worse, or not worse is not the great word. I might say good, even though it's pretty darn good. You know what I mean? So I just slightly undersell my condition. I make it more of the flaws are absolutely out in front there. And then when they get the item, they are more than likely happier with that item because it's in such good condition to begin with. So that's just something I do. So I do put all the ideas into the listing. I make sure questions are answered before they're asked. I also answer questions. I will answer comments as fast as I possibly can. I've told you this before. My phone goes off at night when I go to bed, when I go to start to read, when I go to my downtime at about 8 o'clock, my phone is off. I am not talking to my phone. I am not talking to my phone. I'm not answering questions. I'm not doing anything. But there are days where I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, or I get up at 4 o'clock, and I will answer questions then. And I always pre-say. I sort of start them as a good morning, so the customer knows I wasn't ignoring them, that I just wasn't around. So I do that as well. So yes, answer questions. These people out there, the sellers out there that say, I never provide measurements, I never answer a question, I'm sure they're still getting sales, but you know what? I think your customer service could have a better impact on not only your business, but on the platforms themselves. We as sellers represent the platforms, so every good seller gives the buyers a good expectation, and that brings buyers back to the platform, and every bad seller gives them a bad expectation and makes them go away from the platform. So try to keep that in mind. So what can you do after a purchase? Well, this is where I really need to step up my game. And I know I talked about this a couple of years ago, and I did do it for a little while, and then I stopped. I don't know. it's just, I have to get it into my habit. And what I want to start doing, what I like, is when somebody buys something, I want to go to that sale, I want to message them, not like 5 seconds later, but like an hour later, saying, hey, thank you very much for the order. I will be shipping it out on whatever date. I want to start doing that. I think that shows them that you're acknowledging that they bought from you, and you're reassuring them that you're active and that you're going to be shipping the item. I think that is a really good thing to do. I know in the past when I have ordered things and people have done that, I actually really liked it. I didn't find it annoying. I found it really, really good. So I'm going to start doing that. That's what I want to do. Now, again, after the sale, if there's any questions, if they have a problem with delivery, with they have any, whatever it is, I always acknowledge it. I think it's really important, and it's a really important it's a really important thing of customer service to acknowledge your customers 100%. So if you have a case open, I acknowledge the case is open. I may, depending on the language the buyer uses, if they're being reasonable, I will talk to them. I will address them as a buyer. If they are not being, if they are being unreasonable, if they are being nasty, I direct my replies to Poshmark itself. I do not talk to that buyer. I do not engage that buyer. That's just me. I don't need the extra added stress. So that's what I do. But I do reply. I always, always, always say something. I have never just ignored a case or a problem or an issue. Never. I just don't think that's good customer service at all. So part of what I'm talking about, I want to sort of put it onto a situation that I did have. And this is not a buyer-seller situation. This is a situation I had with Poshmark, and how their customer service, their customer support really, really lacks. It's horrible to get a hold of them, and they don't fix issues fast enough, in my opinion. So a few weeks ago, I was noticing that every time I went to answer a question or comment on a listing that somebody had commented on, my comment would appear, I would exit out, and I'd come back to it, and my comment would be gone. So anything I was typing in, comments would be gone. Tried it in bundles, comment would be gone. I could, if somebody bought something, I could message back and forth. I could still share. I could still send offers. I could still do everything, except for my comments were disappearing. So my first thing to do, my first step is, of course, contact support. Hey, support, this is what's happening. What's going on? Can you help me? I can't answer. I'm losing sales because people think I'm ignoring them. So, of course, that first initial email got back the auto response. This auto response was more, we're really, really busy right now. There's lots going on. We will try our best and get to you when we can. So I wasn't happy about that. I understand there was a lot going on. I don't know what that was about, but it was an auto response. So fine. I left it for a week. Now, it was a slower week and I wasn't getting a lot of comments, so that was okay. There was a couple. And I was like, what am I going to do? So I went to my Facebook group that I admin. I went to my admin people, the lovely ladies in that group, and I was talking to them about it, and they were like, oh, well, you message them through Facebook, or let us know when you have a comment, and we'll comment for you, and which was really nice, very supportive. But they did suggest that I message them through Facebook. And you know what? It kind of ticked me off. I understood why I get it, but I should not be having to chase them down in order to get something very important fixed on my account. When I'm not in the era, it's their error, you know? So I did email support again, just to be safe. It was like a week and a half after the first email. Excuse me. And I did message them on Facebook. I didn't want to message them on Facebook just on principle, but I did. The issue was fixed within 6 hours from me messaging them on Facebook, which is great. It's great that it was fixed. Don't get me wrong. But the fact that I had to wait almost 2 weeks to get it fixed, that my emails, which is their go-to thing for support, emailing them was ignored, was not answered, was just auto answered both times, and that I had to chase them down on a different platform, I think is horrendous. I think that raises huge red flags for me as a consumer. I would not be happy if I was a buyer and I had to wait that long to get an answer about something, or I had to go off platform to get the answer. I think any platform, any customer service thing, any company that says to you, if you don't get answers via our own customer support line or email, go to Discord, go to Instagram, go to the Facebook page. And it's like, no, you have a customer service support line there for a reason. You need to fix it. You need to have answers coming from there, or you need to have a different viable way for people to get issues fixed. Because it's not, in my opinion, it's not acceptable that I waited 2 weeks in order to get my item fixed, my issue fixed, and that it took me going off platform to get it. So now any company that does that raises a huge red flag to me. I don't expect my customers to go to Facebook to get an answer from me. Now, in the last couple of weeks, I totally understand if they were like, hey, this person's not answering me, what the hell? I get that. I understand. But I don't know. I don't know how else to say it except for it's really poor customer service. 100%. It's poor support, poor customer service on Poshmark's and I'm not impressed with it. I am glad and I'm thankful that my issue is fixed and now I can comment and answer questions because it's very important to customer service that your customers feel heard. Right, so that's it for today. I am going to try my best to improve my customer service after the sale. That is my goal for the next month, is to get into that habit, because I think they say it takes 3 weeks to get a habit going. So I'm going to try my best. I'm going to write myself notes every single day to say, respond to sales, respond to sales. I'll let you know how it's going. Anyway, that is it for today. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. This, I think, is going up on Thursday. I will let you know how Thursday went because I did have a job interview. I'm doing this a couple of days before, so I will let you know how that went in the next video, okay? Everybody has a fantastic weekend. I'll see you next time. Bye.